What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review for the Real Housewives of Potomac season 6, episode 16. We are almost at the end, you guys. So we get back to the house. We getting ready for the crab roll later on that night. Now listen, I'm not one to be nitpicky, but what they did was not a crab broil. They had crabs. And I'm with Mia. I don't agree with Mia on much, but I am with Mia. Mia said, well, listen, this is the fanciest crab broil I have ever been to. Where is the newspaper? Okay? Where is the, listen, let me tell you something. Again, some things are just not meant for an elegant evening. Some things are supposed to be a good old beer, some cutoffs, and a dirty t-shirt that you don't worry about getting messed up, okay? Because by the time you get done getting in them crabs, you gonna be dirty. The shirt gonna have stuff all over it, and all you gonna do is just throw it in the washing machine, okay? Everything ain't meant to be elegant and beautiful, and crabs is just one of them. Like, Wendy, I'm here for it. Y'all was in Merlin. You supposed to get the crabs with the Merlin and all that, but that was supposed to just be something out on the deck. Put some music on. Somebody put on that good Pandora or something, and let's sit here and eat some crabs and get dirty. Anyway, child. But of course, they all came dressed up, and it was candle lit, and it was outside, and they had crystal and real utensils. Who don't nobody eat crabs with utensils? Anyway, child. But anyway, so we're having dinner, whatever. They toast to everything that everybody got going on. Karen's nuptials and Candace's album and all that good stuff. And G's like, listen, I ain't doing this. I'm not comfortable. I'm going inside to eat. And I understand G, because when G wanted to get dirty with it, G wanted to get down and dirty with them crabs, okay? He wanted to go inside. He didn't want the cameras on him while he was grubbing, okay? He went inside to eat his crabs. Mia said, he fine, child. He fine. So later on, after G get done eating, he comes outside to rejoin the crew. And they bring up something about G messing with Ashley while she was trying to eat. Trying to sleep earlier. And G was like, what you talking about? She was like, earlier today when I was in the corner. He was like, in the corner where? She was like, on the bus. He was like, what bus? Now, clearly he was being silly and facetious, even though he was saying it with a straight face. Like, you knew he knew what you was talking about. So she was like, what do you have, Alzheimer's or something? Child, what she say that for? Mia got mad. Don't be making fun of people with Alzheimer's. Who got Alzheimer's? Because that's not a real disease. Alzheimer's don't exist. What is Alzheimer's? Alzheimer's? So, of course, they got to clown her about the Alzheimer's. See, and y'all be missing Oscar. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all be missing her little digs. Because later on, when Mia went in the house, she was like, I'm about to Google Alzheimer's with a T. See, y'all be missing it. Y'all be missing her shade. Y'all be missing her shade. So they asked, also during dinner, they asked Eddie about his relationship with his family. And come to find out that his mom has reached out to him. But they taking baby steps, honey. They are taking baby steps. But she did reach out. They did have a conversation. Hopefully they can build from there. Eddie looked like he over it. Wendy said all the right things. Wendy said what she was supposed to say. The supportive mom, the supportive wife, but I don't know. I feel like both of them are just over it. Some things you can't get back. You done missed my wedding. You done missed the birth of all my children. I don't know. But hopefully they can. Hopefully they can find a meeting of the mind and they can build from there. Listen, life is short. Life is short. Then they had, Karen come out of a cake. They had a little cake made or whatever that Karen can bust out of the cake for Ray. Because Ray said he wanted somebody to jump out of the cake at his bachelor party, honey. And Karen said the only woman jumping out of a cake was going to be her. So that was cute. I feel like that was cute for Wendy to kind of, put that together or whatever. It was cute. So that was pretty much the evening. I don't think too much more monumental had went down. At that particular situation and time. Yeah, that was it. So we went back to Merlin, and um, Karen did tell them, when y'all open up the invitations for the vow renewal, please do it outside. I knew then. I said, child, she got them damn butterflies. I knew then that's what it was, because they kept showing us like the little sneak peek of it. I said, well, if that ain't something that's really scaring people, then that's what it is. I said, oh, they just trying to do the butterflies. Now, I hate to bring up old shit. I ain't trying to traumatize nobody, but Asia O'Hare did that at down to the RuPaul Drag Race finale, and it ain't turned out too good for her. And it looked like it turned out okay for Karen, but not so great for Karen. Like, I don't feel like it was as bad as it turned out for Asia O'Hare. It was a cute idea. Maybe not the best execution. Anyway, so that's that, child. That's that. We also found out that when Mia got back from their when they got back from being down to the Eastern Shore, G decided that they were gonna do a staycation for their anniversary. And so I guess they got a hotel room, and they went down to the hotel to do, anniversary hotel stuff. And it seems like their mama didn't do too well with it. Like, I mean, Mia's mama didn't do too well with it. It seems like she might have did okay for the weekend, but that extra 2 days that they was trying to get her to stay with them churn down to the Merlin, it just didn't seem like it did so well. And so here's my thing right here. I don't necessarily, based on the limited information we got. Let me put it there before y'all be giving me all kinds of stuff in the comments. Based on the information we got, I'm going to say that I think that might have been bad judgment on Mia's part. Mia, you said that this is the first time you had your mama watch your churn, okay? Y'all building y'all's relationship back up, and your mama ain't never really kept the kids. So your mom agreed to keep the kids for a weekend. I think that's a lot for the first time you asked this woman to watch your churn. I think that's a lot. That's 3 days, well, 2.5, give or take, but 3 days that she's staying with 3 churn. That by your words, not mine, by your words, she doesn't know that well. Never kept them overnight. Never babysat them before. And then you going to get back in town and ask her to do another 2 days? See, I don't necessarily, and again, based on the limited information, because the way they made it seem was G decided. So that wasn't a pre-planned thing. So your mama didn't know that she was going to have your 3 kids for 5 days. I think that's a lot to ask of her. I think you're putting a lot on her that you asked this woman to keep your children for 5 days in a row. That's a lot. Grandma, no grandma, good relationship or bad relationship, a week. And then it sounds like it wasn't even a planned week. It was can you do it for 2 more days? Now, I'm sure G said, listen, I will compensate you for your time. I feel like he probably did. But again, it doesn't matter. I just feel like that was a lot to ask. So then she said that the mama started tripping and started calling and blowing Mia's phone up asking what to feed the kids for dinner. Now, again, it might sound real basic, but what if your churn was being difficult? Because remember, they ain't had their mom and daddy for 3 days either. And y'all done kept them with this woman. They know that's grandma, but they ain't really been with grandma. Maybe they over it too. Maybe they being real bratty. Maybe they being real extra and over the top. Maybe it's just a whole lot for everybody at the house to handle. So then when they get back to the house, come to find out the mama done hung up on G. They get back to the house. G and the mama get into it. It goes back and forth, and it's real disrespectful. Like, now, what I can appreciate that G said was, I ain't about to put your mama on blast. If you want to tell the story in front of the cameras, you can tell the story, but I ain't gonna say nothing. And Mia was like, basically, in a weekend, we right back where we started. But I feel like you did too much. Again, limited information, fine. But I feel like you wanted too much from your mama. I do. I think 3 days, her watching your churn for 3 days, I think was pretty good. And for y'all to add 2 more days to that, back to back, I don't know. I just think that was a lot. Anyway. Then we got Kern. Kern taking the churn. The girls out. They going to the plant store to look for some plants for her circular driveway. And the kids was like, child, why the kids say we moved that? Karen said, you don't like the improvements we make it to the house? She was like, yeah, because that was a shack when we moved in. It still is. Just saying. Then she decides to have a conversation with the girls about her and her relationships with men. And basically, what I heard, I don't know what Karen heard. I mean, what Gizelle heard, but what I heard was basically Gizelle saying, I mean, what the kids telling Gizelle, listen, you know, you have not given us the best example of relationships, and neither has our father. And because we have not gotten the best examples of relationships, we don't really know how we feel about relationships and moving forward into relationships because we haven't had the best examples. That's what I heard. That is what I had heard. So then Gizelle went to her therapist later on in the episode and told the therapist that she has walls up and that it's affecting the kids because she has these walls up and she doesn't open herself up to relationships. Now we find out that Karen said she's seeing somebody and she asked the kids if she should take them with her to Karen's vow renewal, and they were like, no. Like, no. It's too soon for all of that. Don't be taking him nowhere. We don't know him like that. You don't know him like that. He might get down to that vow renewal and act a damn fool. No, ma'am. I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad at him. So, yeah, I don't know, y'all. I feel like Gizelle, the man gave Gizelle some good advice. He even asked her, why did you get back with Jamal? Like, why did you decide to get back with your ex-husband? She was like, well, I mean, in the moment, it seemed like a good idea. But then COVID hit, and I realized, no, maybe not so much. We know it was more to it than that, Gizelle, but okay, girl, okay. But again, once again, Gizelle's kids do not hold their tongue. They don't have no cut cards, and they give it to Gizelle straight, no chaser. But the one thing I can respect for all the things that Gizelle irritates me about, she does talk to her girls, and they do, you can tell that they have good conversations because they are honest. They are comfortable enough to be honest with her, right? So then we see Ashley go to her therapist. And she tells her therapist, listen, my husband, you know, he ain't got that love and feeling back. Like, we're not having sex yet. I went to my 6-week checkup and the doctor said, okay, you could do this, you know, but it may not be too comfortable for you. And she said, listen, I'm a very sexual person. I want to get back to being who I am. I want my sexy back. And my husband, he said he cool with it. Even when I try to, you know, give him some sex alternatives. We know what you're talking about, the alternatives, girl. He don't even want that. And that make me feel some kind of way because that's making me feel like, well, where are you getting your sexual needs met? And the doctor said, maybe he's fine. And Ashley was like, so I'm supposed to just believe him? And I hear what you're saying, Ashley. What you're saying is, I know my man likes sex. I know how much he likes sex, how often he likes sex. And I know what he does when he ain't getting it at home. And the fact that he ain't been getting it from me for at least 3 months right now, I don't feel too comfortable with that. Now the doctor is telling Ashley, girl, you gotta just be comfortable, and you just gotta believe him and have faith in him. But Ashley was like, yeah, I'm not about to do that. We about to have this good old date night down to the Watergate Hotel, and I'ma dress all sexy, and I'ma get him liquored up, and then I'm gonna get me some. Because that's what she had did. She planned a little date night down to the Watergate. She had a little cute, sexy dress. And, you know, they were talking about sex. And she blindfolded him and climbed on his lap and got him all hot and bothered. And then took him down to the bedroom. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad at you at all, Ashley, at all. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. Okay? Child, Wendy is doing the photo shoot for her candle line, which sold out. Congratulations, Miss Wendy. It's sold out. She said she had 3 months of inventory sold out in, I think, 2 days or something like that. Girl, I ain't mad at you. I'll get the re-up, though, because I didn't get that. Ooh, $45 for a candle. Hey, I catch the Christmas sale, okay? Hit me up with a discount code, girl. So, she had her mom and her daughter there, which I thought was really cute. It was like a whole 3-generation type thing. And she got to talking to her mom about, you know, how her mom never was able to say she was sorry to them. And once again, I feel like they're having the same conversation for the 3rd time, 4th time. You telling your mama that she pushed you to be something you didn't want to be, and how you chasing your dreams now because you felt like you never could chase your dreams before because your mama basically wanted you to be successful. Now again, I feel like it's the equivalent of what we call like helicopter moms. They may be doing it in the wrong way, but they're doing it for the right reasons. And I think as adults, you know, everybody looks back on things and sees things from their perspective and their vantage point. And so your mother's thing is, I apologize to y'all all the time. Y'all were latchkey kids. I would have come home and I would apologize that I wasn't there for you and I wasn't at school and I wasn't able to do the things. And Wendy was like, girl, no, you didn't. Like, you never apologized to us. Like, Mom, you are having revisionist history because you were never there to apologize. Now, here's what I'm going to say about that. I don't know if your mama is outright lying or if that is your mother's perspective on how it went down. I mean, again, remember that was 40 years ago, Wendy. And in your mother's mind, maybe she didn't verbalize it, and maybe she didn't verbalize it the way you needed her to verbalize it, but in her mind, she felt that way. And she probably already carries a certain level of guilt. She said, y'all were latchkey kids. She probably already carries a certain level of guilt, and so that didn't help. But on the flip side, Wendy, you have every right to tell your truth. If that is your truth and that is how you remember it, you have every right to be able to have that conversation. I just think you and your mama need to come to some sort of meeting of the minds, baby, because your mama got her ass up. And she said, I'm calling the Uber and I'm going home. And Wendy was like, Mama, don't go home. Mama, don't do that. She was like, but I am. I'm getting in my Uber and I'm taking my happy ass right on home. And that is what she did. She got in that Uber and she took her ass home. Okay. She walked right on out that photo shoot. Okay. But again, we see this a lot with parents and children figuring it out. Oh, how could I forget this? Bravo shady ass when Ashley was talking to Michael about going to the vow renewal and how Chris tried to, that she had an interesting conversation with Chris. Baby, Michael was like, I don't care nothing about Chris. As long as Juan is there, I'm fine. I mean, why would I want to be around Chris when I can be around Juan? Why would I want to do this when Juan is going to be there? And y'all know, shady ass Bravo had to flash back to the whole bromance between Juan and Michael and asked Ashley about it. And Ashley shut that shit down. When Michael started going off on a tangent about Juan and how much he loved Juan, Ashley shut that shit down. That's when she climbed on top of his lap, honey, with that blindfold and was like, ah! But y'all know Bravo gave us the whole montage. I said, you know what? They shady as hell. But that's what it is. Y'all know. Listen, y'all let me know what it is. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.